Today I will start analysis of continuous beam by three moment equation. How you have to solve the continuous beam using the three moment equations. You know what is continuous beam? Beams that have two or more than two span and three or more than three supports are defined as continuous beam. Continuous beams are very common in bridge and building structures. You see, if there is one span, then this is your simply supported beam. If there is your two span or more than two span, so this is your treated as a continuous beam. So in continuous beam, support is your three or more than three support, and span is two span or more than two span. So how you have to analyze the continuous beam using the three moment equation. Analyze the continuous beam subjected to transverse load and support settlement quite often in design. So when the load is acting on the continuous beam, then how you have to find out the moments. Here you see, here you will find out the moments, the support moments, then how you have to draw the bending moment diagram and how you have to draw the shear force diagram. That we will analyze in the continuous beam. When a beam is continuous over many supports and moment of inertia of different span is different, the first method of analysis becomes quite cumbersome if vertical components of reactions are taken as redundant reaction. So when you are choosing the reaction as a redundant force, so the first method of analysis is quite difficult to analyze. That's why, however, the first method of analysis could be further simplified for this continuous beam by choosing the unknown bending moments at the supports as unknowns. So in this analysis of continuous beam, you have to choose the unknown moment as a redundant force. Unknown moments, because here there is moment and here also there is moment. Because in the case of simply supported end, the moment is your zero. The moment, this case, the moment is your zero. But in the case of fixed case, so there is the end moments, and at any intermediate support, there is also the moment. At any intermediate support, there is also moment. Here there is moment, but in this case, here the moment is zero, and here the moment is your zero. That moment that you have to find out using the three moment equation. So that moment is you have to take as a redundant force. So this is the further simplified the first method of analysis. Moment at the support as a unknown or redundant force. So in this method, what you have to do, one compatibility equation is written at each intermediate support of a continuous beam in terms of loads on the adjacent span and bending moment at left, center, and right support. Here you see, so there is the, if you are taking, this is the intermediate support. So at each intermediate support, you have to write one compatibility equation. This is your intermediate support, this is right of the support, and this is left of the support. So you have to apply the three moment equations or the Clapeyron theorem to any two consecutive span. You have to apply to any two consecutive span. This is one span and this is one span. So these two is your consecutive span, and this is the three support. This is intermediate support, and this is right support, and this is left support. So you have to apply the three moment equation to any two consecutive span. And you have to, that one compatibility equation is written at each intermediate support of a continuous beam in terms of loads on the adjacent span and bending moment at left, center, and right support. This is center, this is left support, this is right support. Two consecutive span of the continuous beam are considered at one time. Since the compatibility equation is written in terms of three moments, it is known as the equation of three moments. Here, as you are writing the compatibility equation in terms of three moments, that's why this method is called the equation of three moments. In this manner, Each span is treated individually as a simply supported beam with external loads and two end support moments. So you have to take individually each span as a simply supported, and you have to take what is the load you are acting on the span that you have to take, and there is at the end there is two end support moments. For each intermediate support, one compatibility equation is written in terms of three moments. Thus, we get as many equations as there are unknowns. How many unknowns? You have to write that number of equations. That is, we get as many equations as there are unknowns. Each equation will have only three unknowns. Each equation have only three unknowns, and you have to write at each intermediate support one equation. And each equation have three moments. This method was first proposed by Clapeyron in 1857. So this is also called the Clapeyron theorem of three moments. How to derive the theorem of three moments? The three moment equation express the relationship between the moment or three successive supports and the loading on two spans between those three supports, with or without the unequal settlement of the supports. Let us take these three supports A, B, C. This is two consecutive span. This is two consecutive span. So you have to find out what is the, because here there is moment, and here also there is moment, and here also there is moment. So you have to find out what is the moment here, and what is the moment here, and what is the moment here. So the three moment equation, so that is your relate to the moments. The three moment equation is relate to the moments. There is three moments: MA, MB, MC. MA, MB, MC. The three moment equation express the relationship between the moments and what is the load you are acting on the two span. What is the load you are acting on the two span and the moments. This is the relation. The three moment equation express the relationship between the moments and three successive supports and the loading on the two spans between those three supports. Analyze the continuous beam without the settlement of the support and with settlement of the support. This relation is derived from the consistency conditions that the slope or the middle support calculated from the left span should be the same as the slope or the middle support calculated from the right span. If this is the two span, two consecutive span, if you are taking this is the intermediate support, so what is the slope this side on the span AB is equal to the slope this side on the span BC. Theta BA and theta BC equal, or at the support the theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0. This is one compatibility condition. So using this compatibility condition, theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0, you can find out the three moment equation. The total slope at intermediate support is equal to 0. A continuous beam is shown in figure 1. This is your continuous beam. This is continuous beam. Since three moment equation relate to moment of three successive support. Three moment equation relate to three successive supports. Any three. You can take these three support, or these three support, or these three support. So always you have to apply the three moment equation to any three consecutive support or any two consecutive span. Three moment equation relates moment at three successive supports to apply loading on adjacent spans. Consider two adjacent span of a continuous beam ABC as shown in figure 2. This is, take two adjacent span A, B, C, this one. Take any, this is, take any two consecutive span or two adjacent span A, B, C, this one, A, B, C. Take these two span A, B, C as shown in figure 2. Let MA, MB, MC respectively the moment at left, center and right support. Here the moment is your MA, and here the moment is MB, and here the moment is MC. You don't know this moment. You don't know this moment, and that moment you have to find out using the three moment equation. So let the moment at A is your MA, at B is MB, and at C is MC. The moments are taken to be positive when they cause tension at bottom fibers. The moment of inertia is taken to be different for different span. The moment of inertia, this is your, if you are taking I1 and this is your I2, the moment of inertia is different for different span, I1, I2. The moment of inertia of the left and right span respectively. It is assumed that the supports are unyielding. There is no settlement of the support. Unyielding means there is no settlement of the support. You have to assume. Now it is required to derive a relation between MA, MB, MC. This relation is derived from the fact that the tangent to the elastic curve is horizontal. In other words, the joint B may be considered rigid. So the compatibility equation is written as theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0. So as this is your rigid connection, what is the slope? The slope at B, theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0. So based on this equation, compatibility equation, we will find out the three moment equation. The rotation left of the support B theta BA. So left of the support theta BA this side, and this side is your the slope is your theta BC. This side the slope is theta BC. And rotation right to the right of the support B theta BC may be calculated from the moment area method. And this theta BA theta BC that you have to calculate from the moment area method. You know already what is the moment area method. Here this is your the two consecutive span ABC. This is the angle theta BA and theta BC. Continuous beam with the three continuous supports. So what you have to do? First you have to draw the, you see here, this is the free bending moment diagram. This is free bending moment diagram, or this is also called the simply supported bending moment diagram. So first you have to draw the free bending moment diagram or simply supported bending moment diagram for individual span. So what is the load you are acting on the span AB, and by considering this load, you have to draw what is the free bending moment diagram. Then what is the load you are having on the span BC, and by considering this load, you have to draw what is the free bending moment diagram. This is free bending moment diagram on span AB and BC due to applied loading. So you have to draw the bending moment diagram due to support moments. This is the bending moment diagram due to support moments. Because the moment at A is your MA, moment at B is MB, and moment at C is your MC. This is three support. This is three support. This is one support, this is support. At three support, there is three moment, MA, MB, MC. But you don't know what is the ordinate of this moment. You don't know what is the ordinate. This is, you take a trapezoidal shape. You take this is trapezoidal shape, and this is the bending moment diagram due to support moments. Then you take, this is the area of this free BMD for span AB A1 and for span BC A2. You take, this is one trapezium and this is one trapezium. Here you take two triangle. Here you take two triangle. One triangle area is your A3, another triangle area is your A4. And here also you take two triangle, A5 and A6. And what is the centroidal distance of this area A3 from the end A? L1 by 3. And what is the centroidal distance of this area A4 from the support A? This is 2L1 by 3. Similarly, what is the centroidal distance of A5 from the support C? 2L2 by 3. And what is the centroidal distance of area A6 from the support C? This is L2 by 3. Similarly, this is the free bending moment diagram. And what is the area of this free bending moment diagram? What is the area of this? What is the centroidal distance of this area A1? What is the centroidal distance? You have to take A1 is the centroidal distance of this free bending moment diagram, area A1. Similarly, so the A2 is the central distance of area A2 from the support C. So this is the free bending moment diagram, and this is the support moment diagram. So from this diagram, you will derive the three moment equation by taking the compatibility equation theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0. If you draw a tangent here, this is your elastic curve. I have not shown here. So if you will draw a tangent to the elastic curve, this is the tangent at the intermediate support. So this side the slope theta BA, this side is the theta BC, and this is the intercept. This is the intercept deflection A1A, and this side for BC, this is the deflection. So you'll find out theta BA is equal to AA1 divided by L. Similarly, theta BC is equal to CC1 divided by L2. This is L1. Theta BA is equal to AA1 by L1. Theta BC is equal to CC1 by L2. A1 area free bending moment diagram in span AB, and A2 area free bending moment diagram in span BC. A1 distance of CG of A1 from support A, and A2 distance of CG of A2 from support C. Already I have explained this one. Then theta BA, deflection of A from tangent drawn at B, that is AA1 by L1. Theta BA is equal to AA1 by L1. Here you see, this is the tangent at B to the elastic curve. So this tangent will meet when we will draw a vertical line at A. So this will meet at A1. So this is the deflection AA1. AA1 is the deflection. Similarly, this side, this is the tangent, and this tangent meet to the vertical line at C1. So CC1 is the deflection for span BC. So from this you will find out the deflection of A from tangent drawn at B, AA1 by L1. But you know how to find out the deflection. This is the theta B is equal to moment of M by EI diagram between A and B about A. How will you find out this deflection? So you have to take the moment of this bending moment diagram, M by EI diagram, moment of the M by EI diagram from the support A is equal to AA1. That is by the moment area method. You know, theta B is equal to moment of M by EI diagram between A and B about A divided by L1. So what is the moment of M by EI diagram between A and B about A? Theta BA. Here you see that theta BA you will find out 1 by EI and moment of M by EI diagram AA1 A1. This is A1 and moment of this area small A1 A1 area of this bending moment 3 BMD is your A1, and moment of this area is your A1 plus here you are taking two triangle A3 and A4. So what is the area A3 and what is the central distance L1 by 3? A3 into L1 by 3 plus this is the area A4, and what is the central distance of this area? 2L1 by 3. 2L1 by 3 divided by L1. So this is the moment of M by EI diagram between A and B about A is equal to theta BA. Then theta BA is equal to 1 by EI1. The moment of inertia is your for span AB is your I1 and for span BC is your I2. So you take here EI1, A1 plus 1/2 MA L1 into L1 by 3. Here you see what is the area of this one? A3. What is the area? A3 area is your half into MA into L1. A3. This is the triangle. So what is the area of this triangle? Half into base into height. Height is your MA and base is L1. So A3 is your equal to half into L1 into MA. Half into MA into L1, and the central distance L1 by 3 plus similarly this triangle Similarly, this triangle, what is the area of this triangle? Similarly, half into MA into this is, you take this is your, this triangle. What is the area of this triangle? This is your half into MB into L1. Half into MB into L1 into 2L1 by 3. Centroidal distance is 2L1 by 3. And this is the area is your half MB into L1. Half MB into L1 and centroidal 2L1 by 3. This is, then after simplification, theta BA is equal to A1 divided by EI1 L1 plus MA L1 by 6 EI1 plus MB L1 by 3 EI1. This is equation 2. Then similarly, you find out this side span BC. Theta BC is equal to CC1 by L2. CC1 by L2. Theta BC is equal to CC1 by L2. Deflection of C from tangent drawn at B. That is CC1 divided by L2. So how will find out this one? This is equal to the moment of M by I diagram between B and C about C. You have to take the moment of this M by I diagram between B and C and about C. You have to take the moment of this area. Moment of this area A2, A5, A6 about C. Moment of M by I diagram between B and C about C is equal to theta BC. Theta BC is equal to 1 by EI2 into A2 plus A6 into L2 by 3 plus A5 into 2L2 by 3 divided by L2. Here you see, this is A2 into small a2, moment about this side, and this is one triangle and this is another triangle, and this triangle A5 into 2L2 by 3, and this is another triangle A6 into L2 by 3. This is the CG of this area is your L2 by 3. So AC into L2 by A6 into L2 by 3. This is A6 into L2 by 3 plus A5 into 2L2 by 3 divided by L2. So this is theta BC. Then you know what is the area A6 and what is the area A5. You know what is the area A6. A6 is equal to half into MC into L2. A6 is equal to half into base into height. Similarly, what is the area of A5? Half into MB into L2. So you put here 1 by EI2 is into A2 plus half MC L2 into L2 by 3 plus half MB L2 into 2L2 by 3 divided by L2. Then after simplification, you will get theta BC is equal to A2 by EI2 L2 plus MC L2 by 6 EI2 plus MB L2 by 3 EI2. This is equation 3. But you know the compatibility equation, theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0. So you put equation 2 and 3. This is equation 2 theta BA and this is equation 3 theta BC. Put these two equations in equation 1. This is equation 1. This is equation 1. This is the compatibility equation. Theta BA plus theta BC is equal to 0. So put these two equations, substitute the value of theta BA plus theta B and theta BC in the compatibility equation 1. We get A1 by EI1 L1 plus MA L1 by 6 EI1 plus MB L1 by 3 EI1 plus A2 divided by EI2 L2 plus MC L2 by 6 EI2 plus MB L2 by 3 EI2 is equal to 0. This is the after putting this equation 2, 3 in equation 1, so you will get this equation. Then after simplification, you will get the equation MA L1 by I1 plus 2MB L1 by I1 plus L2 by I2 plus MC L2 by I2 is equal to minus 6 A1 small a1 by I1 L1 minus 6A2 small a2 by I2 L2. And this equation is called the three-moment equation. This equation, here you see, in three-moment equation, there is three moments at three support. There is three moment MA, MB, MC, and the length. So the three-moment equation is depend on the three moment and the length and the moment of inertia and what is the load. Due to this load, you have to find out what is the area. Due to the load, you have to draw the bending moment, free bending moment diagram. Then you have to find out what is the area. What is the load you are having on the beam. You have to treat the beam as a simply supported, and you have to draw the simply supported bending moment diagram, and that area is equal to A1. And the centroidal distance of that area from the support A1, and this is small a2 from the support C, A2. And A2 is the area of the pre-BMT of span BC. This is of span AB, this is of span BC. And L1 is the length of span AB, and L2 is length of span BC. I1 is your moment of inertia of span AB, and I2 is moment of inertia of span BC. So if you know these values, and if you know the end conditions, then easily you can find out what is the support moments using the three-moment equation. And this three-moment equation is applicable only for any two consecutive span. Then you can find out what is the unknown value of moments. It relates three support moments MA, MB, MC with the applied loading on two adjacent spans. If the moment of inertia is different, this is your moment of inertia is different. This case the moment of inertia is different for different span. If the moment of inertia is same, that is I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I. I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I. So that case the equation you can simplify, because I1, I2 all are same I, and this side also I1, I2 same. So this I1, I2 is equal to I, that is your cancel both sides. This is the equation MA-L1 plus 2MB-L1 plus L2 plus MC-L2 minus 6A1 by L1 minus 6A2 L2 by L2. This is the three-moment equation, and when the supports are at the same level. So this expression for when the moment of inertia is same and also the supports are at same level. So you can apply this three-moment equation to any two consecutive span. Here you see, if in a span there are more than one type of loading, for example, uniformly distributed load and concentrated load, then it is simpler to calculate moment diagram separately for each loading and then to obtain moment diagram. You see, if on a span, if there is you are having the UDL and point load both, how you will draw the free bending moment diagram? So for UDL you have to draw the bending moment diagram separately, and for point load you have to draw the bending moment diagram separately, because you have to take the area of that free bending moment diagram. Because here this is A1, this is the area of the free bending moment diagram of span AB. This is area of free bending moment diagram of span BC. If there is one load UDL throughout the span, then the free bending moment diagram is your parabolic. If there is your present the point load at the midpoint, then you know the bending moment diagram is your triangle WL by 4. If the loading is your present eccentrically one side, so what is the free bending moment diagram? W AB by L, the moment triangular the area. So if the load UDL is present and the point load is present in one span, in that case you have to draw for UDL one free BMT and for point load another free BMT for span AB. If only UDL present, then you can draw only for UDL free BMT. If there is two load present, and you have to draw separately the free bending moment diagram for span AB. Similarly, for BC also you can draw. If there is your present the more than one type of loading, you have to draw the free bending moment diagram separately. Then by using that separate free bending moment diagram, that area, you can find out what is the moment of the support. This is the three moment equation. This is also called the Clapeyron's theorem. This is called the Clapeyron theorem or three moment equation. Then, what are the steps to solve continuous beam? Clapeyron theorem of three moments can be used to analyze any two consecutive span of continuous beam. Already I have explained. So this Clapeyron theorem you can apply to any two consecutive span of continuous beam. Assume each span of a beam is simply supported. Find the free bending moment by using the standard formula. You know, but you have to treat each span as simply supported separately, and you have to draw the free bending moment diagram. Then you have to find out what is the area of free bending moment diagram. For span AB, what is the area? You have to take A1, and for span BC, what is the area? You have to take area A2. Then you have to find out what is the centroidal distance of this area A1, A2 from both ends support. For span AB, you have to take the moment about A, and for span BC, you have to take the moment about C. Here, for this side, for span AB, free bending moment area, you have to take moment about this side, and for span BC, free bending moment area, you have to take the moment about C. Then identify the support moments which are to be determined, that is MA, MB, MC. There is three moment and three support, MA, MB, MC, but you have to identify which moment is your zero and which moment is your not zero. Because if the end is your simply supported, then there is no moment. So the moment you have to take zero. If the end is your fixed end, and then that case there is moment, MA. If the end is your overhanging, there is also having moment. You have to take the moment. Only in a simply supported condition, the moment you have to take, that is your equal to zero. The end moment is your equal to zero. Then by using the Clapeyron theorem of three moments for two consecutive span, find the value of unknowns. Then using this equation, find out what is the unknown value. Because this is Clapeyron theorem of three moments. Then by using this equation, if the moment of inertia are different, you have to use this equation. And if the moment of inertia of two span is your same, and you have to use this equation. And using these two equations, you can find out the unknown moment. The solution of the equation gives the value of the support moments. After getting the support moments, then you have to draw the final bending moment diagram. Then find the support reaction of continuous beam by analyzing individually span by taking load and moments. Then what you have to do? You have to find out the support reaction of continuous beam by analyzing individually span. By analyzing individual span and by taking the load and the moments, you have to find out what is the reactions. Then after getting this reaction, then you have to find out the shear force value at each support and loading position. So at different positions, you have to find out what is the shear force value. Then after getting the shear force, you can draw the shear force diagram of a continuous beam.